Okay, so this video, if you know you are my Muslim friend, Muslim follower, Muslim sister or brother, please do not take this personal. I just want to ask questions after this, okay? The Quran calls Jesus the Word of God, the Spirit of God, and the promised Messiah. And it calls Muhammad none of those things. I was a Muslim for 26 years, so we need to talk. Now I want to be clear. Before I go further, I am not trying to attack Islam. I'm not even here to do that or make Muslims feel bad. That is not the aim of this video. Now somebody wrote this on Facebook and I'm trying to. I was a Muslim. Understand the faith from the inside. So whatever I'm sharing here is what I personally found when I started reading with honest eyes and an open heart. I want you to ask the same question that I asked. Ask those questions. That's all I'm here for. So here is the first thing that actually stopped me from and made me think. In the Quran, in Suratul Imam, verse 45, and Suratul Nisa, verse 177, 171, Jesus is called the Word of God. Not every prophet received messages from God, but Jesus himself is described as the Word from God in the Quran. Please just think about it. Your word as a person is not even separate from you. When you speak, that is you expressing yourself. Your word carries you in it. When the Quran calls Jesus a word of God, a word from God, it is saying something about Jesus that it has never said about any human being. And I had to ask, why Jesus? Why is it only him that was called that? That was called that. In that same verse, the Quran also calls Jesus a spirit from him. Only Jesus gets this description in the whole Quran. Even Muhammad did not get that. Not any other prophet got that. And it is something that would make anyone think, why only him? Now, the Quran calls Jesus Messiah, the Messiah, 11 times. Not only does the Quran give this title to Muhammad, to Abraham, to Moses, or to Adam, only Jesus. Muslim scholars says Messiah simply means anointed prophet. But think about this. Why Jesus is the only one in the entire Quran called that? Historically, the word Messiah carries a much bigger meaning. It means the promised one, the one God had been saying for thousands of years was coming to rescue the people. The Quran affirms that Jesus is the Messiah. So I asked myself, if Jesus was just another prophet, why is he the only one with this title? Also, when the angel announced the birth of Jesus in Surah 19, he described him as a pure child. Throughout the Quran, prophets asked God for forgiveness, including Muhammad. But Jesus is presented as a pure child. Notice only him. Why is he described differently from everybody? When I eventually understood what Jesus actually came to do, it made sense to me. Someone who came to rescue people from sin cannot be caught in sin. He has to be completely clean to pay a debt he did not owe. The Quran affirms that he was pure. I grew up knowing the Quran version of Jesus, that he was a prophet and a Messiah and a messenger. He didn't die in the Quran. Everybody else died. But then I started reading in the Bible. I started reading the Bible with an open heart. I wanted to know what it says about Jesus himself. Now, this I've seen a lot of time, even from back home. A lot of Muslims read Bible just to compare and contrast. That's why there's always a motive behind the Bible. Every prophet before Jesus pointed to something outside themselves, but Jesus stood up and said something completely different. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am life. He did not say, I will show you the way. He did not say, follow my teachings and you will find the truth. He said, I am it. That is a bold statement. So you have to take Jesus seriously. There is no middle ground. Either he is what he claims to be or he is not. The Quran calls him the Word of God. You see, this is where I'm going. I never knew the Quran calls him this name. The Spirit from God, the Word of God, the Word of God, the Spirit from God, the Messiah, 3 names, the pure one, 4 names. He did not even die. He is coming back again. When I read the Bible, I realized this man is very important. So I want to ask you an honest question. If Jesus was just another prophet, why does the Quran call him a word from God when it calls nobody else that? Why does he call him a spirit from God when nobody else was given that title? Why is he the only prophet presented as pure while others needed forgiveness? I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm asking you to ask questions. Do what I did. Read. Go to the Bible. Read with honest eyes and open heart. Not to argue, just to find out what is actually true. Because when I did that, I found Jesus waiting. If you're watching this right now and something in you is stirring, maybe you've been asking the same questions for a long time. Maybe you are even tired of religion and rules. Maybe something in you is saying, I want to know Jesus. Not the perfect version, but the real one. Please don't need you don't need a special prayer or church or ceremony. You just need to be honest with God the way I was. Just say, Lord, I want to know you. Show me who Jesus really is. I am open. Help me. That is enough. God meets honest people where they are. God met me when I was at my most confused state. He will meet you too. Just be open. If you prayed that prayer or something in you wants to know more, comment live class below, because I took my chances with Jesus and I have never been the same ever. My goodness. Jesus did not say follow me to the truth. Jesus said, I am the truth. He is the way and the life. There is no other door. There is no other way to the Father. Jesus is. Come to Jesus. An ex-Muslim lady has sparked discussion online after sharing her reflections on how Jesus is described in the Quran, contrasting these descriptions with the Bible. Compare and contrast. Now, if you're watching this, I found this online and I decided to share. I am not here to I don't want you to feel bad if you're a Muslim, but be honest. One thing I know that is written in the Bible is that no one comes to the Father except through Jesus Christ. So I really do not know if you guys believe in that. I know you people do not believe that Jesus is Lord, but at least you know that Jesus is the way to the truth. I mean, Jesus is the way, he's the truth, is life himself. No one comes to the Father except by Jesus Christ. So all of these things written in the Quran, are they true? Do you really know how to interpret Quran? Do you agree? Please drop it in the comment. I'll see you next time. Bye.